to everyone, and I usually say welcome to all our watchers, and last week, boys and girls, we had a heap of watchers. Thanks to someone taking a mark, I think we hit nearly 29,000 hits, which is unbelievable, and look at old Fred here, he's even got the sunnies on, he reckons he's famous now. So we won't go that far, but Keith, a big week in terms of hits for our show. But a big weekend of footy. I think you were going through the tipsters there.
Yeah,
I got it right.
Terrific round of footy last weekend to get us to the halfway mark, and I think the leaders sort of give a bit of an indication of where things may go, but it's still pretty open for fourth and fifth positions. I think the top three will probably be there when the chips are down, but you know, there is still 6 sides I'd count in with a good chance of perhaps getting those fourth and fifth positions. Yeah, as we went through the tipsters in our league record, 36 tipsters, nobody got 5, only one person got 4. So it just shows what our league's about, and plenty of surprise results.
And how many did you get?
I got 3. Hold on, check. I might have got 4.
Oh, what, the only person that got 4?
I got 3. I said I wouldn't tip against Gippsland until they lost. Now they've lost. That eases that burden on me. But
and I think on Saturday we went up to Sale to have a look at the 2 top dogs. It was a great game, very physical, and saw 2 great young kids there. Young Josh.
Josh Dunkley and Bodie.
Yeah, I couldn't figure their names. Yeah, they are excellent prospects, and I don't think they'll be in Gippsland League for too long. The way they played at 15 years old, I think they'll be heading for bigger things in the next few years.
Well, you'd think so. Like, they're not normal 15-year-olds.
No, they certainly are not.
And yeah, I think they got a bit of good. They got great talent and they're good players. But it's really good. A lot of the young kids who come into the competition perhaps come in sides that are struggling a bit, but yeah, they've got the really good fortune, I suppose, to come into a very good side with really good leadership, good experienced players around them. So it certainly helps their development, and they were good players, not just a few things they did. They were really important.
No, they're very good
to
players.
the team.
All right, well, enough about round 9, we'll go to round 10, we'll make sure we've got the right fixture here. We're into the second half of the season now, so the Druin Hawks hosting the Moe Lions.
Yeah, well, it's become an absolutely crucial game. They're now both on 3 wins after both won last week. Druin upset Maul, and Moe really had a big win over Bairnsdale after coming off a pretty big hiding the week before. Troy made pieces back. He might be a veteran, but he's still a wonderful player, and my message is he did a lot of good things in setting them up last weekend. So this is a crucial game. You know, whoever wins is right in with a chance from now on. The loser has really got a hard road to go. So this will be a fantastic game. It's got a lot more riding on it than we'd have thought 7 days ago.
Okay, and in the netball, unfortunately Moe don't have an A grade. We better make that clear.
By the way, I'm going to pick Druin to win the push.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, you're going for Druin. I think Druin will be a bit strong on their home turf as well. But we don't have a Moe A grade, but we do have Moe do have the other 5 grades. We want to make that clear, Naomi.
Okay.
Just in case people that are watching thinking that Moe don't play netball, they certainly do. Just for 2012, they haven't got an A grade. So we'll go to the second match for this week, which is an Sale Bairnsdale, and that'll be on Sunday. A local derby again.
Well, you know, one of Sale's local derbies. Can't go past Sale. Yeah, we saw it on last Saturday night. A really good team. I'd been given a bit of a tip to have a look at their defence, and because people had said this is as good a defence as I'd seen in our league, and I came away agreeing with that assessment. I thought it was terrific. Very experienced and good players. Descent, Quirk, Fife. Pendlebury's only a young guy, but one of the better young guys. Kane Fraser gets down there. They've just got an outstanding defence, and that was the key to their game. There's no panic about them. They set up the rest of the side superbly, and I think that was really the difference, that they just didn't give an inch for the whole game, and I expect them to be too good for Bairnsdale. But they've got a couple of good forwards, but that's
He's got a very good side, and Sale, and like you mentioned those backmen, but whilst they're experienced, they're actually quite young. Geordie and Quirky are young fellas, but they've got a few games up their sleeve, and they're all playing good games. Bairnsdale have got Gibbsy up forward, and I think I can't remember if Preston's playing at the moment. Sorry, but they do have, and that young kid that played a fantastic game, and
Jared Matthews.
Jared Matthews. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. He's been playing for actually in defence most of the time, and they've swung him forward and
he's kicking goals. So I would suggest that Sale will have a reasonably good win there, because they're travelling along very nice, whereas Bairnsdale's just at the moment on that seesaw at the moment. They're just up and down. But anyway,
the netball will be a lot more interesting.
I think the netball will be a lot more interesting. So Naomi, who's your tip there?
Easily Sale. Sale have worked really hard this season. They're sitting second on the ladder and lost to top team Leongatha by a single goal on the weekend. They appear to be going strength to strength, and at the beginning of the season wasn't sure how long they'd be able to hold it off for, but it looks like they're in for the long haul, so it'll be interesting to see if they can hold it off in the second half of the season. But I definitely think it'll be a big win to Sale.
A big win?
A big win.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to the next match, which is here's another local derby again. It's at Wonthaggi hosting Leongatha.
Yes, well, I'm now free to tip against Leongatha, seeing they've lost the game, but it won't be this week. I think they'll just wipe the park with Wonthaggi. Wonthaggi, they're not a tall side, and there's a lot of height and strength in that Leongatha side, and that sort of really impressed me. I didn't realise they had so much height until last Saturday night. I've seen them a couple of times this year. I haven't seen their coach play yet. He hasn't played in any of the games I've seen. But no, they were beaten on Saturday night, but still a pretty good unit. I don't think we'll have another game this year, and I'm happy to take a bet with you, Chris, if you're interested. But I don't think we'll have another game where Best and Holt, if they're both on the field, don't kick a goal for the match. So I just think they're too good for Wonthaggi, who have been disappointing. I don't know where Earl Shaw is. Very good ruckman. He hasn't been around much this year, but I don't know whether he's injured or what the situation with him is. But no, Leongatha far too good, even though it's at Wonthaggi.
Yeah, and I mean they will be smarting after that loss, and as you said, to have two key forwards not kick a goal but to win them, I don't think that'll happen this week. So I think Leongatha will win by a fair margin as well. So the netball, that should be a lot closer.
A lot closer. Leongatha, they've been tested a couple of times, only the one loss in the first round. Wonthaggi have played a couple of good games and have got themselves to third on the ladder, but I expect that Leongatha will be too strong in the derby in this round.
Okay, Fred, how we going, mate? There, you're right there. Jeez, I'll tell you what, sunglasses tonight, eh? Okay, the next game, Terrelgan-Warragul at Terrelgan.
Would suggest Terrelgan should win. No, their form's been pretty scratchy. They lost at the weekend against Mapra when seemed to have control of the match for most of the time. They lost the previous week and then just fell over the line against Struan the week before that. So they're not really travelling as well as one would expect the defending Premier to travel. Warragul Yeah, they've been pretty competitive. They've suffered a big blow with the loss of Quinton Rowe, the interleague player. He's out for the rest of the season with a broken jaw, suffered at Wonthaggi last week. But special mention for this game, and I hope the Traralgon supporters give recognition too, as the Warragul ones will, as to Matt Gray and Joel Morgan, a couple of the real champs for Warragul, who both played their 100th games on Saturday at Traralgon. So good luck to them. Matt's the captain. Joel's been a terrific player for them as well. They're both best and fairest winners. But all the emotion of that aside, I just think Traralgon will have too much, especially with the upset of losing Quinton Rowe for the year.
Yeah, we wish Rowie all the best, and hopefully you're back soon, mate. But yeah, just a final mention on that game. No, it's interesting, after 9 rounds, we've got Traralgon sitting in 4th position. Warragul's actually 10th, but there's only 2 games separating them. I mean, that's how close it is.
Yeah, and Knight's only 1 game behind Traralgon.
So, yeah, I mean, I expect Warragul, especially having 2 of their, clubmen there playing their 100th, I think they'll put up a very good showing. Unfortunately, without having their key playmaker in Clinton Rowe there, it's going to make the battle a lot harder. But I actually think that Warragul will really run them close. I don't think they beat Traralgon, but I don't think there'll be much in it.
It's one of those games that's just going to be crucial, and it'll happen every week, which a game you just can't afford to drop. Yeah. And that's the situation Traralgon will be going into, and they and quite a few other clubs will be going into that situation every week from now until the end of August.
Okay, the netball, Naomi, that's Traralgon are a bit higher than Warragul there. But anyway, yeah, what's your tip?
Well, Traralgon are higher, and again, it's one of those situations where it's a must-win for Traralgon if they want to stay in. Warragul have got the team that can beat them, but Warragul have yet to put it together all on the same round, so I expect that Traralgon will probably get the win. But, if Warragul come with all guns firing, they do have the players to beat the Traralgon side that's there this year.
Okay. We finish up with Morwell hosting Mafra.
Yeah. Somebody's trying to...
What's the tip?
That's not Fred, is it? No?
Okay.
No, I didn't tip them. That's right.
That must be Jimmy Hill or whoever, Josie or...
I don't know. Who we got? Morwell versus Mafra, it's at Morwell.
That's it?
That's correct. Morwell is the mystery team. If you're going to, they're sitting in 6th place with 4 wins. Behind Traralgon, 4th, only on percentage. They've beaten 3 sides that are above them on the ladder. The only ones to beat Sale, they beat Traralgon and they beat Wonthaggi.
Yes.
Of their losses, they've lost to 3 of the sides below them on the ladder, and were dead set lucky not to lose to the 4th, Warragul, which had a shot for goal in the last minute and it just drifted off and it missed. Otherwise, they'd have lost to the bottom 4, but have wins against the top, the better sides.
Yeah.
So I find them at the halfway mark something of a mystery. That mystery was only added to at Druin last week, where they looked, $1 million for a quarter and a bit, looked not worth 2 bob for the rest. So I don't know what they're going to come up with. They're a mystery. They've got a good side. Personnel-wise, it's very good. String it together, they show they can beat the best. But and this is just going to be so important. If they win this, definitely, I think they're on a good run for the 5. And I think of the sides outside the 5 at the moment, they're the one most likely to display somebody that's in it. How they go this week, Mafra's a bit up and down. They got over the line last week with a couple of their guns out in Daniel Stubb and Ben Coleman. So it'll be interesting. It's at Morwell. Their form has been good, except for 2.5 quarters against Druin last week. I think they'll give it a big shake, and just as a bit of a phantom, I think I might go for Morwell.
Well, actually, I thought I was going to be tipping against you there. No, because Morwell is so up and down, and they are beating the teams above them, I think they'll continue that trend. And on their ground there, I just think they're smarting after last week. Whether or not it was a 5-day turnaround, whether it was kicking the first 5 goals, and maybe the attitude, gee, you know, we got this one. Things just didn't turn out for them in the last 3 quarters. I think they'll be really hurting after that defeat, and they'll come out, and I reckon they'll cause an upset. Although it wouldn't be that big an upset, sorry, I just think they will win. So to the netball, I'm just trying to think where they are here. Maffra, Morwell, yeah, oh well, they're both in the bottom half, so that should be a close game as well.
Both in the bottom half. For Morwell, it's a must-win. If they can't turn the game around this time, I think they've pretty much nailed their coffin for any chance of a look at the finals. I probably think Maffra will be too strong. They're playing well. They've beaten them in the first round, even though it was close, but Maffra seem to be stronger than the Morwell side at the moment.
Okay. Before we finish up, we've just got a couple of little things to tell our listeners. We have the Latrobe City Cup, which is it's Gippsland League, Mid Gippsland, Allen Bank, and the Alberton League. They play on January the 11th. July the 11th on a Wednesday, second week of the school holidays, and our squads start training this Sunday at Moe. 17s, the under 18s are coached by Christian Gray, the 16s coached by Glenn Sullivan. So all the teams have been sending out the letters of the team squads to hand out to the players. So to all those players, good luck. You've been chosen to be part of the squad. It's an honour to get there, and it'll be a bigger honour if you're in the finishing 23 that play. So good luck to everyone, and wish you all the best. Is there anything else there we need to add, boys and girls?
No, all good.
You got anything, Fred? Still wearing those sunnies there. All right. Thank you very much, and to our avid watchers, who I think, Keith, last Saturday...
Whole 29,000 of them, yeah.
I think last Saturday we normally have around about the just over 100, and I think we saw every one of those last Saturday. They all told us they watch us each week. And so thanks to all those avid watchers, and hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week.